we are going to get started today. I want to welcome everybody for joining us to today's presentation. Today we are going to learn about Handshake as a tool to enhance early talent recruitment. We will be hearing from Linda Bevec. She's the Employer Relations Coordinator at UW-Parkside, and Renee Young-Trego, the Assistant Director of Advising and Career Services. Just a couple housekeeping items so that you're aware today. Our session today is going to be recorded. And if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please use the chat function and we'll make sure to address your questions. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kate Walker and I'm the Talent Recruitment Specialist for Racine County Economic Development Corporation. And I thought it'd be helpful to give you a little overview of what we do at RCEDC. And again, I want to thank you for joining us today. At RCEDC, we provide a lot of different resources for businesses in the community. And we like to say that we do this in 3 different functional areas. We can provide business solutions under the whole corporation, but we do have 3 specialty areas that work in combination to promote those resources. For financial resources, we have what's called business lending partners, and it kind of operates like a bank. In that program, we can assist with low interest financing. We also administer some matching grant programs and also have access to the Small Business Administration SBA 504 program. And we can also assist with state and local incentives through that specialty center. Under BRE, which is our Business and Recruitment and Expansion specialty area, we can assist with land and building searches. We have free property listing tools. We can provide expansion support for our businesses and also assist with relocation. And then under Greater Racine County, we assist with talent resources, and we do that through educational partnerships, employee recruitment. We can assist with training and job fairs, and we also provide workforce assistance. That's just a little overview of our specialty areas and how we support businesses. For Greater Racine County and our talent resources, we have an outward-facing website that gives our employers the opportunity to list their positions on the site. And we also promote the many quality of life and different features that are available throughout the community. We also have an interactive job board that can list various positions that are available and really serve as a local way for talent that would be looking at Racine County to look at the resources that are available here. In addition to Greater Racine County, we also facilitate a CEO roundtable. And the intention of that group is to provide peer learning, and it's facilitator-led, and they meet about 10 times a year. We also provide quarterly talent roundtables, and the intention of those is really to assist our human resource professionals as a way to network and share best practices. And then we also provide a leadership development series in partnership with RAMAC, and it's facilitated by Living as a Leader. This program really works on building leadership skills and can provide one-on-one coaching opportunities for participants as well. So that's just a little overview of Racine County Economic Development Corporation. Just wanted to give you a little background for those of you that aren't familiar with us. But we are very pleased to partner with UW-Parkside on the Handshake overview today. I've gotten to know a little bit more about Handshake this past year, and I'm always impressed with all the robust features and think it can be really an asset to our employers as you're looking to connect with talent and recruit talent. So I'm going to turn it over to Linda Bevec, and she's going to share some information on Handshake.
Great. Thank you, Kate. Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Bevec, and I'm the Employer Relations Coordinator in the Advising and Career Center at UW-Parkside, here with my colleague Renee Young-Trego, and we're really happy to have this opportunity to talk with you about using Handshake to enhance your early talent recruiting. So my role as an Employer Relations Coordinator is to really develop relationships with local and regional businesses to understand your talent needs and to connect you with students and alumni through a variety of events on campus and off campus, including our internship and career fairs. We do mock interview days, doing site visits, bringing employers to campus, and a variety of other those things to share your internship and employment opportunities with our students. Okay, next screen. So we're here to talk about hiring early talent. And when we talk about early talent, I'm sure you all know that this includes those individuals who are either in college finishing up their senior year or within 3 years of graduation. These individuals are different from, previous generations, largely due to their digital upbringing. And I think everyone knows that hiring and retaining early talent helps companies build a pipeline for diverse employees into middle and senior management roles, and providing an opportunity for business productivity, innovation, and growth. So it's a mutually rewarding opportunity for both the young professionals to develop their careers and to build skills through high impact practices like internships, and to also grow their skill set while also giving companies and organizations the benefit from their enthusiasm and their hard work. The early talent that you hire today helps define your company culture for years to come. So it's important to prioritize a diverse pool of candidates with the right qualifications and skills at the top of your funnel and throughout your hiring process. Next screen. So Gen Z employees, as this newest generation is called, were born between 1995 and 2015. And they're largely known for 5 main characteristics. First of all, they're considered autonomous. They grew up with quick access to information and knowledge, and they work well independently. They're also career driven. Many of them growing up through the 2008 recession saw their parents and loved ones struggle with unemployment or underemployment firsthand. Many of them seeing what we're going through currently with, COVID-19 and unemployment and furloughs and things of that nature. So they're more willing to work hard, and they tend to have a growth mindset that propels them toward upward mobility and job security. They are also considered more purposeful. They're driven by a sense of purpose and are highly motivated by their values, by company mission, and having a meaning or purpose to their work is very important to them. These individuals are considered more open-minded. This generation of early talent is actually the most diverse one yet, and their experiences are also marked by diversity milestones. So they seek workplaces that are diverse and inclusive, and also organizations that are committed to social justice. And then lastly, they're considered digital natives. So they have grown up with technology. They can provide invaluable skills to companies looking to innovate, to stay ahead, and also to be on top of technology as it changes, which it often does, so quickly and rapidly. They tend to adjust and pivot very quickly in that sense. Next screen. So Handshake, for those of you that are not real familiar with the history of it, it was founded in 2014 by 3 engineering students from Michigan Technological University in an effort to give students access to a larger number of potential employers. Regardless of the location the students were in or the employers were in, regardless of what college students were coming from, they really wanted to level the playing ground and give all college students and graduates an equal opportunity to access job postings, whether they were from, an Ivy League institution or a small Midwestern state school. And it quickly became the #1 way that college students and graduates find jobs. And it's only, I think, now like 6 years old, and we're now seeing, we already have over 900, I think it's actually up closer to 1,000 colleges and universities that are now recruiting or using Handshake for their recruiting platform. 3.5 million jobs, internships in every industry for every student. And these jobs are full-time and part-time. So employers that are looking for even college students to work during their college years part-time, you can post those jobs on Handshake. And on-campus jobs are also posted. There's over 500,000 employers of all shapes and sizes recruiting on the platform, including 100% of the Fortune 500 companies. Next screen. Great thing about using Handshake right here in southeastern Wisconsin is you will have an opportunity to gauge with early talent close to home. We have all 4 colleges now working on Handshake, Parkside, Carthage, Gateway, and Herzing. And we're really thrilled to be collaborating with our career colleagues at these 4 colleges. We've combined our resources, our talent, and our enthusiasm for helping students and employers in hosting our first virtual internship and career fair in October, which I'll talk a little bit more about at the end of this presentation. But you have all 4 colleges right here in Kenosha on the Handshake platform, representing over 150 academic programs. And you can post your internships and jobs once and make them available to all 4 institutions. You can also strengthen your brand locally to this early talent pool at these 4 colleges. Next screen. Handshake also enables you to recruit diverse talent from any school in the country. So with over 6 million active student and alumni profiles on Handshake, you can filter from 19 traits, like if you're looking for specific academic majors, or if you're looking for specific graduation years, if you're looking for particular types of institutions. There's over 1,000 college partners to drive deeper engagement in that way. There's also 170 plus minority serving institutions, women's colleges, and historically Black colleges and universities. There's over 500,000 employers, like I said, from everything from startup companies, small businesses, to nonprofits and enterprise and Fortune 500 companies. So this really gives you an opportunity to engage with a broad and diverse pool of talent. And according to Handshake's Campus to Career report, 67% of students and recent college graduates on Handshake agree that they would only work for an employer that's built an inclusive company culture and provides a sense of belonging to employees from all backgrounds. And because Handshake is built by and for young career professionals, you will find the talent pool there to be much more diverse than any other platform out there. You can post jobs, like I said, and you can select certain criteria if you're looking to even recruit from a particular geographic location or type of industry. And next screen. One thing that Handshake prides itself on, especially now in the COVID world that we're working in, is that it offers end-to-end virtual recruiting. It's a virtual replacement for your in-person career fairs, campus visits, recruiting events, and interviews to match you with the perfect candidate. You can actually build relationships with students. You can engage with students. You have an opportunity to get to know them over a period of time, and also to get to know your college career professionals like us. It gives you a chance to engage with us and help you put together some virtual events to promote your organization, to share your internship and career opportunities. Okay, and then now I'll turn it over to Renee, who's going to talk a little bit about creating your Handshake account or linking it to a current corporate account that your company may already have.
Thank you, Linda. My name is Renee Young-Trego. I'm losing my words today. The coffee hasn't hit in. I'm the Assistant Director of Advising and Career at Parkside, and my role is really to lead the strategic planning of a career at UWP, and that calls me to work very closely with my colleague Linda, who is in employer relations. So we have more intentional programming and practices when we work with our employer partners to give students more opportunities in and around southeastern Wisconsin. Many of our graduates stay in the Kenosha and Racine areas, so that bodes well for our employer partners nearby because a lot of our graduates like to live, work, and play in the area. So this screen gives you a link to set up your profile, and Jeremy, I'm going to ask you to include a couple of links in the chat box. The first link is the registration page, so it'll bring you to the page that you need to go on to register for an account on Handshake. And then the second link is a guide walking you through how to set up your account. Handshake does a really good job working with employer partners, campus partners, and students to troubleshoot anything. Should you find areas of confusion or you need additional help, they have wonderful a help screen for employers, and then a blog also to share articles and helpful tips to navigate the platform. So those are 2 links that Jeremy put in the chat box for you. I also wanted to talk about how we approve employer partners when they do sign on to Handshake. So one of the selling points for our students is that this platform is personally vetted by the people in our department. So everything that you see in terms of job or internship postings and employer profiles, human eyes are looking at that to make sure that it is a legitimate employer and that they are posting positions geared for college students. So when we do look at new employer profiles, there is something called a trust score that is assigned to each employer profile. And the trust score is generated based on how many campus partners are approving this employer profile and how many are declining. So if an employer profile has many employer or campus partners declining their profile, their trust score will continue to fall. If we do see that the trust score is under 50%, we automatically decline those profiles. We also look at employer addresses. We make sure that the address is in the US. So there are employer partners who have headquarters that are not in the United States, but we work with those employers to make sure that there is a US address that they can assign to the employer profile. We don't allow residential address or PO boxes on those profiles. We also ask that the profiles have valid emails and websites tacked onto their account, their Handshake account. We don't allow social media pages. We encourage them to add their social media pages to supplement their profile, but not to act as the website students will be engaging with to apply for positions. They're new this year, so Handshake just launched the premium employer package, I believe this past January. And this gives employers who elect to become a premium employer additional services like enhanced branding, advanced analytics, and additional messaging and sourcing capabilities. They still need to fall above the 80% trust score in order to interact with students and then take advantage of these services. There is a cost associated with this, so employers should know that Handshake is free for them to use. Unless they elect to become a premium employer, then there is a cost associated with that. So Jeremy, if I can bother you to submit 3 additional links that gives you the overview of what it means to be a premium employer on Handshake. There's a nice infographic that walks you through the different tiers, and then a walkthrough for employers should they elect to become a premium employer. So again, if you are new to Handshake and you sign on today, it is free for you to use. If you want to become a premium employer, that's when the cost associated with the platform comes in. So now I'm going to step out of our PowerPoint to show you Handshake, especially for new and existing users, the student's view of Handshake, because this is something that is important for employers to see so they know what they look like on the student's end. So what I'm going to do is share my screen real quick. So allow me to walk through my login with all of you. So can everybody see the student dashboard? Jeremy, Linda, or Kate, can you make sure that I'm on the right one? Am I good?
Yep,
Yes?
you're
Okay. Thank you, Linda.
Sure.
So this is the student dashboard. So when a student logs in, this is what they see. And I'm just going to pick on a few different areas for the purpose of our presentation today, so you can see the student's journey when they look for jobs or internships. So when a student logs in and they know what they're looking for a part-time internship or a part-time job somewhere, they click here, and I always tell, sorry for the background noise, I think there's lawn mowing going on at my residence today. But when they click on their, the job board, it looks very similar to LinkedIn and to Glassdoor. So when I tell people how it's organized, I'm going to pause 1 second just so the background noise. Okay, a little bit better. So it is very similar to both of those profiles. So when students log in and they're used to using Glassdoor or LinkedIn, it's going to look very similar. So when they do access the job board, they can use these different filters saying that, you know, they want an internship and they would like it paid. So there are advanced filters for them to use. So they can say paid roles only. They can look for opportunities in the area. So if they click on location, they can click Racine, and it'll give them up to 100-mile radius to select to find those opportunities. So when they are done selecting the filters that they want to use, they're given a breakdown of the job posting, which includes the deadline, the posted date, if it's seasonal or not, and the estimated salary. This is what we tell our employer partners to make sure they include all of this information when they submit a position. Sorry for the background noise again, did not anticipate them mowing the lawn again. This will be fun for the recording. Also, the students are given a snapshot on how they match the posting. Sorry, I'm just making sure there's no background. And then when they scroll down, they can also look at the overview of the employer. And again, this is why it's so important to complete your profile fully, so then the student can see your full description and engage with your profile. So if they select the profile, this is what they see. So now they moved beyond the job board to your employer profile, and they can see your about me. They can look at the contact information like your website or any email that you tack on. And then there are reviews and interviews, which I can show you what that looks like in a minute. For students who elect to have a profile that's a community profile, they are able to communicate with individuals who have worked with your organization. So students have 3 different profiles. They have a public, private, or a community profile. It is defaulted to public, which means that their profile is visible to employers. But if they elect to have a community profile, they can engage with individuals who have interned or who currently work at your business. So I'm going to show you what different profiles can look like. We do have employer partners who have elected to be a premium employer, and I can show you what that means for you if that interests you. Nancy Johnson. It's not liking me. I'm trying to find those Racine employers. There we go. So Modine has an excellent profile. They included pictures, you know, a little bit more about them. So they have this cover picture here and their logo here. We do encourage employers to include both of these images when they create a profile, so it looks legitimate to the student. As you can see, when the student logs on and sees your profile, this looks legitimate to them. They have their about me. They can submit a question and answer, you know, to their discussion board. And again, they can connect with students who intern or have worked there. And this is where the Glassdoor feature comes in. They can look at reviews of your company and then also interviews. So it does help the student when they are looking for these opportunities to be more prepared when they're going into that interview phase. So I'd like to pause here for any questions. If there are any questions, I know I go through this pretty quickly and it is a big platform to get used to, but any questions so far? Doesn't sound like it. Okay. So I'll go back to our slide here. Let me just go back. Okay. So I think Linda is going to take over here to talk about the internship and career fair. But if you do have additional questions about setting up your profile or just tips and tricks on how to make it more attractive and for it to stand out to students, Handshake again has a wonderful help blog for employers to engage with, and then they also have a help desk that you can also send emails and questions to should you have them. So Linda, I'll let you talk about our virtual internship and career fair, which is also a new feature on Handshake. This is their first year launching a virtual fair module onto their platform. So like everyone, this is very new to them, but Jeremy is going to put in the registration link should you want to sign up for the fair, but I'll let Linda talk a little bit more about this event.
Okay, great. Thanks, Renee. Yeah, as Renee said, Handshake does a wonderful job of providing tech support and troubleshooting for employers as well as students and college partners. So if you have any questions at all, we can help you kind of with those first steps of creating your account and getting things started. And then Handshake is always there for you if you have any other questions or concerns. So like many employers today, as a result of the whole COVID-19 situation, we're seeing more and more individuals that have switched and kind of moved their recruiting efforts to a virtual world. And Handshake actually did some employer surveys and found that 60% of employers right now are adopting or increasing digital engagement. And they're looking for virtual opportunities to find talent and fill positions. And so we collaborated with our college partners here in Kenosha and Racine with Carthage and Herzing and Gateway. And we've been working together over the summer to put together our first virtual internship and career fair, including all 4 college partners under one virtual roof, so to speak. So we're really excited for this opportunity. This is a brand new feature for Handshake. They worked very quickly and smartly over the summer to build the virtual platform, and they ran through a few trials, and things seem to be moving along very smoothly. And our event will take place on October 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Jeremy provided the link there. Some of you might also be on our mailing list, and you should have received a couple of invitations so far to the virtual internship and career fair. And if you are not on our mailing list and you would like to be, you can shoot me an email, and I'll provide that at the end here. And I can make sure to include you on that list so that you can receive information about our recruiting events throughout the year. But we're thrilled to be collaborating with our college partners, providing employers this opportunity to have all talent from these 4 institutions under one roof. And with the virtual internship and career fair platform, you will also be able to build a great brand for students to let them know who you are. And you can also, you'll be able to host group sessions with up to 25 students in each session. So you can bring 15 representatives from your company to the virtual internship and career fair. And each representative can host group sessions that will allow 25 students in each session to give presentations about your organization and talk about internships and part-time jobs and full-time career opportunities. So it's a great way to get your name out there and help students learn more about your company and the opportunities that you have to offer. You'll also be able to meet with students in one-on-one virtual appointments at this event. You'll be able to review resumes, and students can ask you questions, and it's very interactive. And student attendance for these virtual events, Handshake has also noticed that student attendance is up 50%. So more and more students are looking to engage on these virtual platforms as well. We know and we are hearing more and more that colleges and universities across the country are planning to start this fall with their classes primarily online, like Parkside. I think about 70% of our classes are going to be online, 30% in person. So it's really important to have this virtual opportunity for our students to make it easy and convenient for them to learn about internship and job opportunities and get to know the employers in their area. Also, with regard to internships, Handshake surveyed employers and discovered that 60% of employers are planning to move their internships to a virtual internships in the coming academic year. So if you're one of those employers who had to cancel an internship or are looking for some other alternatives, we would like to talk with you about maybe creating some other opportunities that could help you and also help our students, you know, to think outside the box, because internships can be paid or non-paid. They can be project-based, they can be job shadowing, they can be a networking opportunity just to come and virtually meet with employers and recruiters and learn about the career field that you're in and gain some professional experience and understanding. So think of it as building a pipeline of talent. And, you know, we don't want to see employers feeling like they don't have any choice but to cancel their internships, because we can help you think creatively and come up with some alternative opportunities for students to still engage with you. So, and even if you're not hiring as much as usual, you can still stay engaged with young talent by providing career advice and preparation for that transition from college to career with, you know, networking and resume tips, mock interviews, and things like that. So these are the types of events that we're also excited to work with employers on bringing to our colleges and universities right here in Kenosha and Racine. So the virtual internship and career fair, as I said, is October 8th. The registration fee for employers is $250, and so you get access to talent from all 4 institutions. And it's $200 for nonprofit organizations. And then we have 2 sponsorship levels for employers who would like to get a little bit more brand recognition and engagement with students. So you'll see all of those options explained on the registration page. And if you don't have a Handshake account and would like to create one and have questions about doing that before the internship and career fair, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to walk you through that. You do need to, as Renee indicated, have a complete profile in time for the internship and career fair, because we want students to be able to learn about your organization and also for you to post the internships and jobs that you're anticipating on that platform so that students can read that ahead of time and prepare for engaging with you at the event on October 8th. And I think that's about it. If any of you have questions, I'm happy to answer any questions about either the platform itself, about recruiting at any of these 4 colleges, and the colleagues that we're working with, or if you have a question about our event on October 8th.
I don't see any questions coming through, but if you think of anything, please jot down their contact information for both Linda and Renee. Oh, we have a question.
Okay, so from Heather, besides career fairs, what events have companies put together? Let me see, that just disappeared while I was reading it. Okay, what events have companies put together that students have found valuable? That's a great question, Heather. Well, one of the things that we did last year was we did a mock interview day on campus, and we had students sign up for that in advance, and we had employers that conducted mock interviews with our students and provided feedback. That was really valuable. We've had employers like CNH and Modine that have hosted information sessions to give an overview of their company and talk about the career opportunities that they typically offer. We've had employers host networking receptions in a virtual format on Handshake, where students got to meet with employees that work for those companies and organizations that graduated from UW-Parkside, and so that they were able to connect with those individuals and ask questions about how they like working there and how did they make that transition from college to career. Really, pretty much anything that you would do face-to-face or that you would want to offer on campus or on site to reach out to students, prepare them for that transition from college to career, we could make it happen virtually on Handshake one way or another. So we'd be happy to kind of brainstorm with you and come up with some ideas if you'd like to talk about that.
I'm just going to jump in here too. We are working closely with faculty because we do have a lot of faculty members who like to invite employers to their classroom. And so that's another way to engage with Parkside using Handshake. We're encouraging all of our faculty to use the platform for these events, especially now that Handshake has that virtual meeting feature. And like Linda said, we are open to brainstorming, but just know that that's one way to connect with our students is through faculty too. And they're pretty new to using Handshake. So we are meeting with departments to walk them through the platform and how to set up their profile. But that's another way to engage with our students.
Great. Well, we do have time if anyone wants to pop on, but if not, we do have the contact information for everybody in the group chat right now. And again, today's session is going to be recorded, so we will share that with you. And I apologize, I discovered my notes hand was showing. So lots of learnings here for all of us as we get used to this new platform, but thank you for your patience with us. This is our first time using Zoom for RCEDC for a function like this. We do have a new question. Are internships only open to those students graduating or alumni? That's probably for Linda.
Yeah, so internships are generally open only to students because they are, you know, at Parkside, we encourage all of our students to have at least 2 what we call high impact practices. And a high impact practice can be an internship. It can be volunteer experience. It can be project-based experience. And we find that, you know, this is so important for our students to have that experience to develop their skill set and build their profile, their resume, and kind of really try out some different career opportunities. So internships, generally, I've only known them to be for those current students, sophomores, juniors, and seniors specifically.
And I will jump on to most of the internship postings, like Linda said, are open for our undergrad students and grad students who are currently in school. However, I do see some employers, not very often, post-bac internships. More often than not, they're paid, but the internships and the fellowships exist too. We've seen that come in.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. I have found Handshake to be amazing, and the more time I spend on it, I can't believe what I'm learning about it. So I encourage you to get your profile set up and use this great tool that's available to you as you connect with talent. Thank you everyone for joining us, and that's going to conclude our session. Have a good afternoon.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.